Hey guys, welcome back for another product review. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you've seen me cover portable Jumpstart units before. This is one of the previous units that I've tested and shown here on the channel. We know they work. I was skeptical at first, but these really do work, both for motorcycles and cars. This is one of the units. I keep this in the wife's car, and I've used it successfully on 2 different people stuck in a parking lot. Now note, these types of units are not good for any kind of damaged systems. If you have a bad cell in your battery or you have a charging system problem, they're not going to do a thing for you. These are for, oops, I left my lights on, the bike won't start. Or I left my car door open or interior lights on, which the wife has done, and the car won't start. It'll jump you up, get you running, and get you back home or wherever you need to go. That's what they're for. Now, obviously, these previous units I've shown, while they work, they're not exactly that useful on a motorcycle simply because you can't carry it. You need a saddlebag, or you need a trunk, or you need a tail bag or a tank bag or something to put this guy in. Now, obviously, it's very compact. It's a huge battery pack. Now, as technology has caught up, it's the size of a cell phone, smaller than many cell phones, and just as powerful. Now, you can do more than just jumpstart vehicles with these. These are just huge battery packs. It's a lithium-ion battery pack now. Now, this one is from a company called SUAOKI. I apologize if I'm butchering that name. And just like the larger units, it's a 2-part machine. You have the battery pack itself, which has other features I'll go over in a second. And then you have the cables. And the cables house everything important to protect your vehicle and protect your battery. It protects against reverse polarity. Basically, protects you against yourself. You can't hook it up backwards and do any kind of damage. Protects against overcurrent, undercurrent, overvoltage, overheating, etc., etc. This simply plugs into the unit. You attach the leads to your battery, and you start the vehicle. It's as simple as that. Now, one thing I would like to see is a little bit smaller or redesigned tip on the clamps, because there are a lot of motorcycle batteries where space is at a premium just to get these on the battery terminals. It's fine for a car, but with a motorcycle, it can be really tight, sometimes impossible. There are a lot of motorcycles out there that don't have any kind of battery access that you could possibly put clips on, because it may have to come out from the bike, or it's deep down in the panel well, and you might be able to barely get a multimeter lead on, but the battery has to physically come out of the bike to attach these. So be aware of that and check out your battery position first. If you can't get alligator clips on your battery terminals, it's not going to do you any good. But if you can, like I can on here, it works fine. Now, the only negative I have to say about the product is a simple design change. They have a rubber flap here, and it just covers the hole where this plugs into, keeps water and dust and dirt out. They designed it with no way of removing it. I'm not kidding. Completely flush, completely flat. You can't remove it. You can't even get a fingernail in there. I had to get a knife and pry it out and tear it a little bit just to be able to get my fingernail under there and take it off. So I'm just going to leave it off. It's not much point, but you can see it's just exposed terminals in there that they plug into. So it's really simple. As long as you keep this in a baggie or something, no need to worry about that flap. The unit itself has a 400 amp charging capacity. Charging your vehicle, I mean. Starting your vehicle, I should say. It has a flashlight. Has a battery meter here. As you turn the unit on, tells you what % charge it has. If you hold the button down, you get your flashlight. You have a USB port. Turn the flashlight off. A USB Type A port for then plugging in your phone, your iPad, whatever. Just makes it a big battery pack. And then this smaller micro USB port is for charging it in. Now, the big suggestion I have for them, and they're not alone in this, I'm seeing this more and more frequently from lower priced Chinese electronics, Nothing against that, by the way. They don't include a power adapter. They rely on you having, and admittedly, most people, certainly most people that are buying one of these are going to have one, but they rely on you already having a wall wart or a USB charger or a laptop or a computer that's convenient to charge from. Bottom line is they don't give you any way of using this out of the box. It comes discharged. You must charge it for several hours to use it, and you have to provide your own power source. So that's the biggest downside I can see to the product, but the product itself works fine once you get it charged. Now there's also one other important thing. Some units, I believe like this one, I don't recall, but I believe this one has overprotection circuitry in it, or it may not have needed it because these are different battery types. The lithium-ion batteries are very sensitive. They can be dangerous, especially if you overcharge them. Now they recommend in the paperwork that you charge it from 3.5 to 8 hours, depends on how low the battery charge is, how long it's going to take. And once that gauge reads 100% and it's not blinking, unplug it. They're very adamant in the manual, they mention it multiple times, do not overcharge this. So it's not something you want to leave plugged in and ready to go. Don't leave it here in your garage charging all the time. Charge it up, watch it, come back and check, unplug it, and you're good to go. Now the other point to these, and this goes for any type of the units, you have to keep them topped off. They will slowly discharge just sitting here, especially in the heat. If you keep it in a vehicle outdoors like I do, you're gonna have to pull this out of the car every month or two, top it off. Because it doesn't really do you any good if you go to use it and the thing's blinking 50% and it won't work. And it does have that limitation, so it doesn't damage the lithium-ion batteries, which are also very sensitive to undercharging. If it reaches 50%, it will not charge. Now they do give you a rating of up to 20 jump starts on that 50% charge. So that's a really good chance of success. If you're sitting here trying to start your bike, you got 20 chances to get it going. So that's not bad at all. The manual is fairly sparse, but I have no problem with it. It tells you everything you need to know about the unit. Obviously, it's very simple. It's mostly just a lot of warnings, but they did a good job with it. Coolest thing is the price. This sucker right now, I don't like quoting prices on Amazon because they fluctuate by the hour. They can adjust prices. For example, I'm going to tell you what it is right now, 37 bucks. I guarantee after I put this video out there, shortly after, the price is going to change. Might go up, might go down. But this is the downside to Amazon. As things start moving, it's dynamic. Now, if you'd like to pick one up, the manufacturer, they did send this in for review, so it was free of charge to me, but they're also helping you out. They've given me a 10% off coupon code, so it saves you almost $4 on it right now. If you'd like to try one out, I'll put the link down below. If you're in need of a extremely compact, motorcycle-friendly emergency jump start / battery pack, here you go. Very inexpensive, works like a charm. See you next time.